Hi, Dave here, and I'm back with another video on the owl punch. This will probably be the last one of these that I do for a little while. And what I'm going to do is show you how to make a girl's head out of the owl punch and a face. Okay, so we're going to start off with something like that, which is from the owl punch, just punching out the body part, which is right in here. Okay, so all I did there was I went and I punched out the owl's body. And then in order to make it nice and round like that, we're going to take off the feet like we've done before. Okay, and then we'll have the starting point for the head there. What I want to turn that into is this. And the mouth keeps moving around there because I haven't glued it down. Okay, and yeah, it looks a little funny, but what I'm after here, let me get rid of these for now. What I'm after here especially is this putting the bangs on and being able to have a place to put the face in. So we're going to come up with some bangs by creating another one of these, or at least part of it. I'm going to just get something about this big, and we'll put it over the top. Okay, so let's start that, and I'll put all these pieces aside for now. Now, what I did here, in order to get the bangs, I need two things. I'm going to need my owl punch, obviously, and I'm going to need my 1-inch circle punch. Okay? And I'm going to take this scrap here, and what I need in order to be able to get this into the owl punch in the right place is I need something that's only going to be about 1 inch wide. So first thing I'm going to do is trim this down to 1 inch, and you'll see why here in a minute. Let me just go ahead and get that done real quickly. Okay. You could make it a little bit more than 1 inch, but probably not very much. Otherwise you won't be able to get it far enough into the punch to make it work. Alright, now what I want to do here is create the bangs. Okay, what I'm looking for here is this curve. So I'm going to use the 1-inch punch for that. Okay, and you probably want to put it in there, you know, about, you'll just have to eyeball it. I think mine is well, let me see here. I put up a little mark on my punch, and I'll just measure it for you. That is just about 1/4 inch or less, just barely less than 1/4 inch. Okay, so let me go ahead and punch that. And be sure that you leave plenty of room on either side, because you will need it when you get it into the owl punch. Okay, so there's my first cut, if you will. And I'm going to take my owl punch now, and what I need to do is slide this in so that all I want is the top half of this to make the top of her head. So this is kind of the hard part. You want to line this up so that it's just, you see, you've got these two where the bangs end, if you will. You want to kind of try to center that as best you can, because it's going to look funny if you don't. So I've got it just about centered there. Okay. And again, we're going to take the feet off, and I didn't quite get it centered, as you can see, but that's going to be close enough for now. That's the hardest part, getting that centered. Okay. All right. So now I've got my bangs, and I've got the whole head, and we're going to put those together like so. Okay, so let me get a little bit of Tombow here. And I'll just put this, and I want to put it up along the top edge, pretty much, because I need to leave the lower part open so that I can slide the face up in there. Okay, that's probably good enough right there. And I'm going to turn this around so that I can see it a little better. tack it down. And try to get it fairly level there. Okay, I know that's going to be a little tough to see until I get the face in there. Now for the face, what I came up with, I'm not very good at cutting things freehand, so I thought the best thing to do would be to come up with some kind of a punch that I could use for that. And what I decided to use was this heart punch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is punch the paper kind of on one side of the heart. And I need to have a good edge for that, so let me just cut this stuff off here. Alright, so I'm going to slide this in, and the first time I did it I went to about here and I found out the face wasn't deep enough. So go ahead and take a good chunk of it and we'll trim it up later. Okay, so now I've got my piece for the face, and I'm going to just see kind of how far I want that to come down. Right about there. So I'm going to trim off, probably from about here, because I want to leave enough to slip up there under that hairline. So let's just trim this off, and you want to leave too much rather than take too much off, because you can always make another cut later. And we'll just clean this up. Give her a nice smooth face there. Okay. Now I can take this, if I can get it up in there, and slide her face in like so. Get things adjusted a little bit. Okay, so now we've got her face and the bangs, and you can see I made my bangs a little shorter on this one, but that's okay. And rather than go and cut new stuff, I'll just take these eyes. So she's going to have brown hair and blue eyes, and we'll just slide those just barely up under the bangs there. Since I don't have any eyebrows, this will work just as well. That is, if I can get the fingers to work. Okay, so now we've got eyes. Yes, I know that looks like some Sesame Street character, but anyway, you've got eyes there, and you could come up with all kinds of other things for eyes, really. I made a nose. Again, this is very rough. I didn't take much time with it. I just made a nose by punching a heart. And then what I did with the heart, let me see if I've got an extra one here somewhere. What I did with this heart was I just hand trimmed it. I started at the point of the heart and kind of trimmed it down and tried to follow these around. Okay, and it's not a very good solution, but I was just trying to get something done for the video. Now for the mouth, what I did, here's her mouth. Oh, we don't want her frowning, do we? Okay, well, let's give her a smile instead. Okay, for the mouth, I took a piece of the, this is probably real red, I'm not sure, real red paper, and I got the 3/4 inch circle punch. Okay, and I just made 2 punches. So what I'm going to do is make a punch just to create the kind of the top lip. There you go. And then I'll make another punch just right past that, just kind of line it up there and make it fairly thin. Okay. And there's the mouth. And then there's all kinds of other things you could do with that. You know, you could shade it or do whatever you want. But that's the basic shape, how to get the bangs in there, how to create a mouth, and so forth. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on another video. Bye now.